have returned, and the we is Westchester Talk Radio, and we are live at the shop right here in New Rochelle for the 6th annual Stuff the Truck. It's a benefit to Feed Westchester, a holiday event we do each and every year here. We're here on the Saturday, the first day of a 2-day affair. It's December 4th, and we tell you that because we want you, if you're listening and haven't already come by, to remember tomorrow, December 5th, we will be here as we are today between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. at the shop right in New Rochelle. Westchester Talk Radio, I'm Bob Marone with Mike Blakey. We are produced this afternoon by Shaw Creative and made possible by Jaguar Land Rover of New Rochelle, Land Rover of Mount Kisco, Jaguar Land Rover in White Plains, Roberson, ENT Allergy, Holtec, Ray Insurance, and Norcom. And of course, we spoke a little while ago with our friends who are decommissioning Indian Point. And my next guest, and this is like having a brain surgeon talk to miners. I'm talking about people who chip coal out of walls and stuff. These guys that I work with here at the radio, they're not on their hind legs yet. They will eat live animals. But to make it easier for them, and for you actually, with a little bit of humor aside, we have a registered dietitian. And her name is, I want to be sure I say this right, Dima or Dima?
Dima.
Dima Salhoobi.
That's correct.
Dima Salhoobi. She is a registered dietitian, and the name of her outfit is Nourish and Lift. Eat well, feel well, look well. And Michael just said, what does that mean?
Bob, behave yourself.
What does that mean? Look well. That ship sailed, Bob. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. All right. Now, here's the services that you offer, Dima, and we'll let you tell most of it, but customized meal plans, introductory service, initial consultation, follow-up consultation, personal wellness, advanced wellness, group lectures, and she just said to Michael, this boy looks like he needs plenty of lectures. Mm-hmm. All right. Tell us about Good Nutrition, why you do what you do, and why you're in such good damn shape.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Okay, remember, bring the mic with you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I love Feeding Westchester. I've worked with it before. It's a great time of the year to give back to the community.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And Nourish and Lift focuses on the well-being of individuals who need help with managing their weight, or if they have any diagnosis of any kind of diseases such as diabetes or hypertension, cardiovascular health, and so on and so forth. So we help them kind of figure out what to eat, how the food contribute to good health. Everything starts at the gut. So if we fix the gut, then we kind of fix everything else.
Okay, fix the gut. What kinds of foods, and this is in all seriousness now, and I know you keep looking at Michael as an example of a before, but what kinds of foods are best
I have
for
a microphone this time. But
I wanted you to have one. Thank you. What kinds of foods should we really be eating that we don't? And I know balance is important, but give us the first class. I'm in your class. I'm a good little student. Hi, Dima. What should I be doing?
So there's major 3 nutrients that we have to focus on. It's called the macronutrients. So there's the carbs, there's the proteins, and there's the fats. So in order to have a balanced meal, we need to include all those 3 macronutrients. Usually, generally speaking, everything that's whole, we have to focus on whole, real foods. Meaning that anything that comes from a tree is what we're supposed to be eating. Yes.
Is there a tree for pizza?
There's no tree for pizza. There's
what do you mean there's no tree for pizza? Okay, go ahead.
And so on and so forth. So keeping it real is my,
Okay. How can I keep it real? If it comes from a tree, it's a good thing.
Comes
if it's
from
hanging
a tree,
fruit.
It's hanging fruit. Make sure that's included in every meal. Fruits and vegetable is like the backbone. It's supposed to be for our plates. Making sure we're having clean animal proteins, not processed ones.
Okay, give me the elemental proteins.
So, we're talking about chicken, meat, beef,
Okay,
fish.
so that's good for you if you don't eat too much.
Yes. Well, actually, it's okay to eat too much of it. Yeah.
Speak to me.
So every meal should contain protein. You know, when you were waking up in the morning, we're gonna have some kind of eggs or,
Okay.
you know.
Eggs have there's a lot of ambiguity
Yes,
about eggs.
yes.
Years ago, they told us don't eat eggs, and they said don't eat the yellow, the yellow part, the center of the egg, the yolk. And then companies started giving us just have the white part of the egg. What is the truth?
The truth is that myth has been debunked.
Ah.
Yes. So
Debunked.
high cholesterol comes from eating a lot of processed food and a lot of sugars.
Okay, so I can eat that. Now, another thing. I love chicken, which is good for me, but I love the dark meat. I like the legs and the thighs. Yes, I do. What about the skin?
The skin is okay too.
This is great.
Yes.
This is getting better. Even Michael's smiling.
Yes. Yes. You need the entire, the protein. Now we're talking about the chicken that's cooked in the oven or baked, not the one that's fried.
Oh, fried is not good for you.
Yes. So
Okay.
you just have to be clear with that.
Okay, continue.
Yeah.
So, in other words, like Michael, for example, has tacos for breakfast. That's not good, right?
Well,
What about breakfast tacos?
See, it's all right. So go ahead, please.
so as long as you're making the food yourself at home or when you go out, making sure like what's the source of the food, like how they make it, things like that would be more beneficial.
So a big part of what you do really is education, isn't it? Because
Yes.
as you see, we don't know, we're not sure. Actually, I kid him, Mike's in great shape. I don't know how he does it because it's hard in this day and age. We all eat a lot of processed food. We just had pizza for lunch,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it came from a tree. It was that good. But now let's take pizza. I'm serious now. You
Yeah.
look at the ingredients. All right, you got dough. It's not whole wheat dough. Whole wheat pizza is never going to be on my menu. Salad pizzas should never be invented. It's what we Italians would call an infamia. But you do have some cheese. You have protein. You have tomatoes. You have olive oil. What could be a worse meal than that?
Well, generally speaking, pizza isn't that bad.
Oh, God.
Really.
I want to marry you. Continue.
However, it's the slice can contain a lot of calories in it. One
Uh-huh.
slice. And if we're trying to, fix our gut, we need to make sure that the origin, of the food
Okay.
is actually clean. So we don't even know how they made that pizza. It could have the fat from the cheese. We don't know what kind of, fat they used, what kind of dough they used, what's in it, the ingredients. That could contribute to a lot of calories. And then we're missing the fiber. There's no fiber. The fiber comes from fruits or vegetables. That's not
Which you
there.
mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about vegetables a little bit. I'm kind of fortunate. I love vegetables. I love spinach, things like that, peas. But then I read, if it's canned, not that good for you. Even if it's frozen, it's a little better. Fresh is best. Is that true?
So basically, frozen is okay. Actually, it's very convenient, and it's made just like it's fresh. So it's just the way they package it. There's nothing wrong with it. Canned, not so good because there comes with preservatives and
Salt, yeah.
salt and chemicals and things to stay on the shelf, really. But if we buy frozen, it's really convenient for people who work because all what you just pop it in the oven or you just
And they have
saute
those
it
new
and everything.
steamables. Those are great.
That's fine too, yeah. So as long as we make sure we're incorporating the vegetables, no matter what source it is.
Now, are the greeny, leafy vegetables and things like that, do you get the carbs you need? Like, I'm an ancient hockey player. I still play hockey, and I know I need carbs before I play. What are the best carbs to eat but good carbs, not, candy or junk like Michael eats? What kind of good carbs are there?
So basically, carbs comes from whole grains, and then that's the good
So the whole
part.
grain bread is
There's
good.
starchy vegetables like potatoes and
Without all the stuff on it. You must hate it as a
Baked
nutritionist. Someone says they're on a diet. I'm going to have a baked potato for lunch. And then they get it, and it looks like the Empire State Building.
Yes.
They've got sour cream, cheese, bacon bits, poison, a scotch. Aren't they defeating the whole purpose of
That's
eating
correct.
the potato?
And again, potatoes it's a starchy vegetables. It's not considered. You still need the vegetables.
Well, no, of
It's-
course.
it's-
No,
it's
I
the
know. But if
carb
you want,
portion of
if
it.
you were about to go out and play a hockey game 2 hours before, what would you eat?
So I would go for a smoothie or something that I can blend in fast. So it's,
Smoothie?
yeah, like something you can make at home. Milk.
What would you put in there?
So celery sticks, Maybe, well, it's can disappear.
No, I get.
The
I'm
taste
listening.
is
I'm
gonna
listening.
go.
I'll shut up. Go
Yeah.
ahead. A celery stick. Oh, I'm excited.
So put the celery there, put the carrots, put some mangoes or
Carrots are-
pineapple.
Everybody's like talking about mangoes lately.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what fruit you pick.
Okay.
Any frozen fruit
Like
that's
a
easy,
peach,
accessible,
good
peach,
fruit,
whatever
apple,
you want. Apples, anything.
pear. I love pear. I love nectarines.
You can put that in.
I like peaches, but the mess after it is
Yeah.
just disastrous. Okay, so I
Yeah.
make a smoothie, and that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, now we're moving along from. We've got the fruits and vegetables. I can no longer believe, and this is where you educating us is important. Whole wheat, partially whole wheat on Tuesdays, wheat, some wheat, not enough wheat. How do I know I'm eating the right bread?
So we look at the ingredients. If the ingredients on the back says the first ingredient is whole wheat, then it's whole wheat. Sometimes it says caramel coloring or something. It's white bread but with caramel coloring. So you really need to look at the ingredients.
Ah.
So don't be fooled by what they say.
Well,
Just
but it's
always,
hard not, it's hard not to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, white bread, I actually like it, but I don't eat it because I know the other stuff is better for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's enriched, though. I mean, white bread's not the worst thing in the
No,
world,
it's
or
not.
is it?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's fine.
So now now let's talk about oils. Everybody says olive oil is good for you. Why is it so good for you?
Because it has something called monounsaturated fat. So it supplies you with a lot of vitamins and minerals. It's really, really amazing for the health. So if you want to go the right way, we stick with olive oil, avocado oil. Those are the best oils. They're not so processed. Then the ones that we have to stay away from are like mazola, vegetables oils, and palm oils. They're hydrogenated and processed oils.
This woman knows what she's doing, folks. She is Dima Salhoobi. She is a registered dietitian, and she has an organization called Nourish and Lift. Eat well, feel well, look well. www.nourishandlift.info. Now we have to go to what I call my religious portion of this broadcast. I once interviewed the great actor he was in the, Sorvino, Paul Sorvino. And because of his diabetes, he told me that he can only eat whole wheat pasta, can't even eat regular pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a little Italian kid, I was brought up on pasta. If they told me I have 10 years to live or 6 years if I keep eating pasta, I'm going to take the 6. How bad is it really for me? Give me the hard truth, Doc. I can take it.
Pasta is not bad for you. It's the quantity. It's the quantity.
Oh.
So basically, what we talk about is like we really can eat anything in this. It's just how much we're eating of this. So when you look at the plate, we need to look at the what the Academy recommends. So half of the plate needs to be full with like vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Then portion of the plate, which is a quarter of the plate, with the pasta or the carb, and then the rest has to have the protein aspects.
Okay.
So everything is okay and allowable. It's just the quantity of it.
So you're very sensible. Now, I once read something, and I threw it away, because it says if you're going to have meat or fish or whatever, it should be the size of a pack of cigarettes.
Yes.
That does not satisfy a growing boy or a midget like me.
Ideally, we're talking about the palm of your hand. So that's.
But I
the
don't have
size.
big hands. But thank you very much. That's my boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, miserable. I said, yes. Palm of my hand.
Yeah. That's ideally. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's not too hot. Okay, here we go. So pasta in moderation is okay. Whole wheat would be better. Mike, he's passed me a little note. He's very concerned about pies, cake, sugar, candy, whipped cream that he takes via IV.
Okay. Doing great, Mike.
How good are things like that for you?
They're
They're bad for you.
obvious. They're bad for you. What happens is when we have sugar, our body just takes it all in and stores it as fat. The more sugar, the blood, the glucose gets high in our blood and it keeps circulating. And then some people end up with diabetes or insulin resistance or some other problems. So, everything is okay. It's just the quantity.
Right.
So if we're not living off,
but people who like cake usually,
yeah.
They eat mass quantities.
Well, because they're not balancing other foods.
No. I mean, I have a relative who can give you directions by where the bakery shops and ice cream stores are.
Yeah.
You know, Michael, yes,
Yeah, I had to ask the doc a question.
sure.
Bob has some nice choices of beverages that he likes to drink.
What?
He prefers a Monster energy drink in the morning before noon, and I gotta ask you, are all those sugars good for a man?
There's no sugar in Monster. What's wrong with you?
Before the day starts, is that good for a man like Bob?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
At 2, Dima?
2 Monster.
At 2? No, 1 Monster when I can't get
24-ounce
coffee.
Monster.
When I can't get a coffee. Today was a busy. I worked last night. Then I had to play a hockey game late at night. Got up. I didn't even get a chance to have a coffee. So I bought a Monster because they don't have hot coffee in this big store. But he's right.
A lot of excuses, Bob.
No, but you know what, Michael, though? You're very right, though. What about those energy drinks?
Absolutely not advisable. Not just because of the caffeine content is extremely high, more more
What?
than
No,
the coffee.
no, they're fine.
Look at the sugar contents as well. So whenever you see the sugar contents, divide that number by 4, and you're gonna see how much teaspoons is in each one. So sometimes it's up to 10 or 15 teaspoons in just one
Okay.
sugar drink.
We also read, and again, Michael's on the money here. We've read that coffee's no good for you. It's good for you. It'll make you nervous. Now it's good for you. Which is it? Coffee.
Coffee is actually good for you.
See, I love this one.
Coffee.
I can eat pizza, coffee. This is getting better every day. Go ahead.
Yeah, coffee is okay. It's good for you, especially if you're drinking it black.
That's how I drink it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's actually there's a study that proved that when you drink bitter stuff, it actually activates a certain enzyme in your liver, and it helps you get rid of fatty liver and all these things.
Can
So-
I ask you a question which borders on, I know in this day and age we're not supposed to separate men from women in a certain way, but I have known women that would kill other human beings for chocolate. Why?
It's hormones.
Oh, it's hormone. Okay. No, do you know I once had a girlfriend who I made the mistake. She was standing right here. I took the last piece of chocolate that happened to be in a box and put it in my mouth. She pried it out of my mouth
Oh my god.
and said, "How dare you?" Okay, so it is this, but some people are more drawn to sweets than others. Now, we've covered this panoply of what's good and not so good for us. And this I say with all empathy. Some people fight their way to all their lives. It's hard for them. It's difficult. How do you manage diets for them? How do you advise them? And again, I remind people we're talking with a delightful Dima Salhoobi. She is the proprietor of Nourish and Lift. She is a registered dietitian, knows of what she speaks. Eat well, feel well, look well, and you could check them out at nourishandlift.info. I didn't pronounce that very well. What do you advise them? How do you help them?
So take it one step at a time, right? If you're looking into people who's trying to lose weight or something, I remind them that you didn't put the weight overnight. It took you a long time.
Yes.
So don't self-sabotage yourself. Take it easy. It's gonna take some time, but be consistent with what you're doing and remember your goals.
Now, lastly, we saw when you came out of the store, you were eating a piece of strawberry shortcake. No, I just made that up. Don't look at me like that. What are you going to have for lunch today?
Well, I have salmon, leftover salmon.
Very
for
good. Salmon's
yesterday.
good. Yes.
Yeah.
See, our shark looks like a salmon. See, it's
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Delicious.
So you're going to have salmon. What are you going to have with it?
I have salmon. I have rice, a little bit of rice since yesterday.
Rice
I
is
did
good.
it, and I just make a big bowl of salad daily. Yeah.
All right. Now, do you have a favorite salad?
I like my kale salad.
What kind?
Kale.
No, please. You just ruined a wonderful interview.
Listen, it's the way you make it. It's actually delicious.
No. Why is kale so bitter? Everybody wants to feed. Have kale. Have kale. It's awful.
It's not awful at all. That's actually how you do it. There's a way of cooking kale.
Okay, because it's very bitter to eat plain.
You just
okay.
have to put some lemon juice, rub it. And
See,
cook
now what
it.
I like is there's a Middle Eastern salad, tabbouleh.
Yeah, of
I
course.
can eat it all day.
Yeah.
Although
That's
I
my
once.
specialty.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, I'm from the Middle East.
it's
yeah.
from the okay.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law is Lebanese.
Oh.
So whenever I go over my sister's house down in Florida, we have lots of tabbouleh. Except one day I ate about a pound of it because you can keep eating
It's
it.
delicious.
And then I had 2 beers. I was fit for flight. But be that as it may, this has been wonderful. Before you go, what are you gonna have for dinner tonight?
Aside from the salmon,
No, but this is lunchtime. What do you
yes, you're right. I'm not. I didn't think about it yet.
have?
I didn't think about it yet.
All
yeah.
right. Tell people before you go, and you have been wonderful, and we really appreciate your time, and thanks for coming out for our event. How do people get a hold of you? I gave them the website, but do you want to give them a phone number?
Yeah. First of all, thank you.
Kale.com or something?
Thank you for hosting me here. You can find me through my website, www.nourishandleft.info. You can call me at 914-426-3896. I am, because of this nice season and the giving season, I'm offering free 15 minutes consultation for anybody who is seeking nutrition advice.
Do they show up in person? Like, can Michael waddle over and come into
You
your...
can. I'm open. I have my practice in Yonkers, not
Okay,
far
good.
from here. You
So
can come.
you do with him what we do here. Take a couple of chairs, sit down, and we'll chat.
Yeah. You can book your appointment 7 days a week through my website.
Could you stay there because he's going to kill me when you're gone?
That's right.
Listen, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. You too.
And,
Thank you.
You're really good at what you do. Thank you so
Happy
much.
holidays for everyone.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break.